A wise man once told me, "Boy, worry about your credit. Get your credit together now." And listen, I delayed on taking that advice for about a year and a half, 2 years. That wise man now owns a home, is flourishing in life, and applies for whatever he wants. That wise Welcome back to the Moneypot. It's your host Elijah back here in action. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips that I believe everyone should be aware of in regards to your credit. Let's get into it. The first tip that everyone should know is that you need to review your credit reports. There are 3 credit bureaus: TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And even before the pandemic happened, these credit bureaus were providing a free credit report. If you call them or you go onto a website and get your free credit report that shows basically all of your accounts and your credit accounts. Basically, the reason why it's so important to review your credit report is because it will give you an in-depth look into what is making up your credit score, what is negatively affecting it, as well as positively. So when you see something, maybe like a old missed payment, or a high balance on an account, or maybe it's a collection, you have the ability to look into that further, as well as dispute it and see if it can get taken off of your credit report, which will improve your credit score if you are able to take it off of your credit report. Also, with reviewing your credit report, it's so important to be reviewing this because of the rise in scamming and people opening credit accounts in your name. Identity theft is on the rise ridiculously, especially due to this pandemic and nowadays. So it's so important that if your credit accounts are unlocked, that you are reviewing your credit report and understanding each and every credit account that is open in your name, because it affects you and your ability to utilize your credit. And everyone should know is limiting your request for new credit. Now, there's 2 types of requests. We've got soft inquiries and we've got hard inquiries. Soft inquiries are inquiries that do not negatively affect your credit score. And basically, when an institution, maybe yourself or someone does a soft inquiry, they're just taking a soft look at it. Basically, they might be pulling from one of the 3 credit bureaus, and it's not negatively going to affect your credit score. Now, with a hard inquiry, this is when you are applying for new credit and this adversely affects your credit score. Typically, like when you're applying for a new credit card or a mortgage or an auto loan, this is when you will get a hard inquiry. And this is when a institution is looking at 2 out of the 3 or 3 out of the 3 credit bureaus in order to make a decision on if they want to lend to you or not. In hard inquiries, they stay on your credit report for up to 2 years. I believe everyone should know is how valuable it is to keep older accounts open, as well as deal with some delinquencies that may be on your credit report. So with keeping your older accounts open, it helps out the section that makes up your credit score and credit history by showing that you have an older average of credit. And it makes you appear more favorable to lenders. They see that you've had credit for a long time and that your account is not delinquent and you've been able to make on-time payments. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, it makes sense. He's been doing it for a while. Why not lend to this guy or girl? Now, in terms of dealing with delinquencies, when you have a delinquent account, whether it's like a charge-off or a collection, it's very important to take action on them. Reach out to the creditor, and although you may not want to come off some money, it's so important to come off, whether it's whatever amount of money it is. It's important to get that taken off of your credit report because it is negatively affecting your credit. Like say you had a past due medical bill that they never reached out to you, and they just sent it straight to collections. Well, you see that on your credit report after you've done step number one and reviewed your credit report. Now it's time to reach out to whoever is holding that collection and to get that taken off. Basically pay it and it'll come off from your credit report. It's so important to get those collections as well as, you know, any other types of delinquencies taken off your credit report so we can move forward and grow the credit score. Here that I believe everyone should know is just monitoring your credit and tracking your progress. This is really important. I personally use the Credit Karma app to basically see what is going on with all my credit accounts, student loans, auto loans, mortgages. It's all in there. Credit cards, it is all in there, and it gives you a updated balance for all of your accounts each and every month. You can also track your credit score. You can see what is negatively affecting it as well as positively affecting it, and learn how you can improve your credit score over time. And credit is truly important. So it's important for you to realize its importance and to take it seriously, so that when you do go to apply for, you know, whether it's a new car or even a home, you are able to get it and to, you know, give those lenders the confidence that you are going to be able to pay it over a long period of time, and their investment is secure because of your credit. Also, with better credit means you get better perks. I know from just being in the mortgage industry that when you have a better credit score, you do have the ability to get better interest rates for loans and for mortgages, which is really important over the long term. Think of it. You're paying on a mortgage for 15 or 30 years. There's a huge difference if you get a 4.25% in comparison to a 3.25%. It's a whole 1%. That money adds up. Even with credit cards, you know, you can start off at 0% intro APR, or, you know, have a much lower APR on a monthly basis in comparison to a really high one if your credit is really poopy. I'm telling you, credit is very, very important. That wise man I was referring to in the beginning of the video was Mr. Austin. Be like Austin. Care about your credit right now as soon as you watch this video, and realize that if you worry about it now, it's going to help your future so much more. I hope that you're able to learn something from this video, you know, whether it's a quick credit tip, drop a comment on something that you learned, or, you know, maybe a credit tip that you may have to share with everyone else. But I hope that you were able to learn something. Like, dislike, share, subscribe, do what you do, but I appreciate you. And until next time, stay blessed, stay healthy. Peace.